Hello, everybody, and welcome to What's Up Wednesday today, June 22nd, 2022. So that's our number today, 2222. So welcome, everybody. Always a pleasure to be here with all of you. My name is Adriana Alvarez, Head of Sales for the Americas. And today we have the following topics. So we're going to speak about some operation updates with our Head of Operations, Jake Barron. We're going to speak about Canada's soft launch logistics, which an email just went out to all of you. We're going to speak about Healympics Promotion and also Recognition. I just received the latest one from today, June. But I didn't have time to add it on here, but we'll go over it on our next call. And if you have questions of if you achieved or not, please reach out to me. We have incredible promotions outside of the Olympics with our first class promotion and just two new ones that were announced just last week. So we have Summer Smoothie promotion and Rock and Enroll your business, where you can earn 400 euros or even more for enrolling new members or new customers in the month, in the end part of this month. And we also have a great guest with us speaking about the benefits of owning a professional or Residence Plus device. And our US board member, Colette Schnabel, is going to speak about the Aura module today. So you want to stick around. I know we're going to talk about a lot of information on just of all the promotions that we have this month. So hope you're all caught up. All of this information is available in your back offices, but stay tuned so you can hear more about the benefits of utilizing and how to best maximize our Aura module. So with that said, know that this call is being recorded and it'll be shared on our YouTube channel as well as in our Telegram group. With that, I'm going to hand it over to, well, actually, welcome everybody. I always forget. Welcome. Let us know where you're joining us from, and make sure that you share on your chats for others to join us today, because again, we have a jam-packed call with tons of information. So with that, Jake, I'm going to pass it over to you.
All right. Thank you, Adriana. Yeah, we've got some very important updates for today. Canada. So it's happening soon. You know, we're entering, about ready to start our sort of soft launch period here, and the email newsletters did go out, and we're going to go today in a little bit of detail on each of those newsletters and what the differences are between those two, because what we're trying to do right now is get everyone that is going to be doing business in Canada set up properly so they're able to do so once we move into the soft launch period, leading up to the actual official grand opening with a bigger event later this fall. But yeah, so those of you in Canada, I know I've already got some emails that you did receive the newsletter, so I'm happy to hear that. And I'm going to share my screen here real quick, but let me just okay, share that. All right, so there's two different groups of people for Canada. We tried to put everything into one newsletter and then we backed it out into two because it was too confusing, the two different groups, and explaining what needs to be done. But we have a lot of people that have been members in Canada since 2020. And we have that group that are members in Canada. They're actually registered with one of our European entities, one of the Healy entities over in Europe. And now that we're going to be officially moving into our soft launch phase starting next month, we need to convert everybody over from that entity over in Europe to the new Healy World Canada entity. So everybody that's in Canada got a newsletter that is a member or registered with Canada with specific instructions of what they need to do. So essentially, the next time that anybody in Canada logs into their back office at my.healy.world, they will get a pop-up, and there's a video in this newsletter, so I'm not going to show the video. It's not really worth showing. It's very simple to understand, but we'll put all the links here into the chat. But essentially, you'll get a pop-up, and you have to agree to the compensation plan for the Canadian entity, and then also agree to the network sellers method, which is one of these specific requirements related to doing business in Canada. And once you do that, you're then you're converted from one entity to the other. And then also step 2, there's a KYC process. And for those of you that don't know what that means, that stands for Know Your Customer. So that is a process to verify the identity of people that are doing business with Healy. And that process, there's information in here, but you essentially, for people that are in Canada already, you would log into your Canada shop at canada.healy.world, submit a ticket, and there's this video here. I'm not gonna show, but it's included in the newsletter, and all these videos are on Healy World's Vimeo page as well. So they're pretty simple to find. But you're essentially going to select the KYC document submission topic, and then it says in here that what you need to submit earlier on. A copy of your identity card front and back, and then that verifies the identity. Then you're officially with the Canadian entity, you're officially KYC verified, and then you're good to go for when we start doing business in Canada. So that's one group, and there's I think around 2,000 or so people in that particular group that need to go through that process. And then there's also people that we know, it's a separate newsletter, and that's this one here, where people that have an account in the US, members that may normally live in Canada or full-time in Canada, but they were able to create an account in the United States. And then those people that want to move that account back to Canada now that we are entering the soft launch phase. So for those people, step 1, again, this is in this newsletter too. This newsletter here went out to everybody in the US with a US address, because we don't know the exact number of people that are going to want to switch their accounts from US to Canada. So we went ahead and sent that to everybody. But step 1, you need to request a country change. So you go into your US support center. Since you're not in the Canadian support center yet, go to us.healy.shop, submit the ticket requesting the country change. And then there's 2 different documents that you need to submit to complete that country change request. It's a copy of your identity card, same as the other newsletter that I showed, front and back of that. And then a copy of a recent or latest utility bill, telephone bill, bank statement that shows your name and address for the proof of residence. And then that's step 1. And then once you get confirmation that our team has changed your country in our system from the US to Canada, then step 2, which is what we discussed in the last newsletter, is at that point, once you log into your back office, it's going to be the same. You're going to get that same pop-up that we just talked about before, where you're going to agree to the compensation plan and the network sellers method. And then from there, you're good. Most people are good. There are a few specific requirements for certain provinces within Canada. And you'll see at the bottom of both of the newsletters that we sent out, it says check here for your province and territory specific requirements. And so if you click that link, that takes you to this page on the Canada shop, and it details province by province what additional requirements you may be. Luckily, most people don't live, the bulk of the population in Canada is not in the provinces that require some of these additional things. But if you live in Manitoba, there's a certain direct sellers application. It's an individual direct sellers for you personally that you have to go through that process, and the instructions are all here. So Manitoba, Northwest Territories, and Prince Edward Island are the 3 provinces, territories where this additional requirement comes into play. But you'll see here some of the other provinces that normally would require a direct selling license. We were able to get an exemption here, but that's listed here. It's kind of detailed there as well. And there's a little bit of an FAQ on this page as well. So this is essentially what needs to be done. And we understand, with the soft launch starting next month, that there's going to be a lot of this administrative type work over the next weeks and really months to get everybody that wants to convert over, move from the US to Canada. Maybe not everyone's doing it right away. So we're going to be through this sort of a transition period for the next couple weeks, couple months. And then that's going to lead up to our big grand opening event that we're going to have later this year. And we don't have details on that yet, but more, as soon as we do, Adriana will definitely share those with everybody as soon as we have something final on that. But we're just really excited to enter this next phase. People have been waiting for 2 years or more for us to start this this next phase, the soft launch phase of being able to buy devices in Canada. And then we're gonna get everything operating smoothly, and we're gonna have an amazing grand opening later this year. So it's very exciting. The first new market here in the Americas. So all these other we see over in Asia Pacific and all the different countries and stuff that they add on. For us here, it's US, it's Canada coming soon, and then we have, of course, Mexico to follow that as well. So it's excited to have another country join us here in the Americas.
And one thing I get asked often, Jake, is if we are shipping from our US warehouses or if we are going to be local.
Oh yeah, we will be local. We have a warehouse in Ontario and Mississauga, so we are going to be shipping locally. Transit time should be fairly quick. We only have one warehouse to start within Canada, but we have an excellent warehouse that they actually have locations all across Canada. So as we grow and expand, we could add on one on the West Coast as well to have even quicker transit times. But we've been ready to go on the logistics side for a long time. So we've had inventory in the warehouse for quite a while now. We're ready to ship. So we're happy about that.
Yes. So yeah, you got multiple questions on identity.
Yeah, I see there's some questions about ID and driver's. So identity card, driver's license is fine for this particular requirement too. That's whatever you want it to be for Canada. There's multiple options there. So identity card is just kind of the generic term that our compliance team uses for government issued ID. So.
Yes. And again, this newsletter was just sent out around maybe an hour ago, not even. So make sure you go into your emails, read all the details. Again, here you have the steps that you need to follow, and also then those provinces that need a specific direct selling or network marketing license, and all the steps that you need to follow in order to apply for those.
Okay, let me...
And there you have simple videos like Jake mentioned. If you just kind of came in, there are simple videos that guide you on the steps to follow, and those are in the newsletter and also in our Vimeo account.
Yeah, their page, and I'll put links directly to those videos in the chat here as well. And if you want to, everyone should have the newsletter, but if you didn't get it, you'll also be able to save the chat from this call here as well, and you'll have those links too. So.
Jake, there was one comment from a Canadian member saying that there may be Healy Canadian members who registered their account prior to the new Healy back office change last July and never logged in since then. They may need to first activate their new Healy back office and Healy shop.
Okay, yeah, I know there's going to be some unique situations just for how long it's been, but we'll definitely work through those one by one. So.
Anything else?
No, other than the usual, the Tech Tip Tuesday call. I was in the middle of it when we did some last minute. This newsletter came out, and that kind of took my focus. But the recording of last night's call will be available on our YouTube page later this afternoon. And we talked a lot about natural cycle yesterday, because yesterday a lot of you got the reminders from your Heal Advisor app that it was the start of the summer solstice, which was the start of the next natural cycle for everybody. So it was good timing to have that call, because we had a lot of questions about the natural cycle again and where you can find more information. And of course, we always point people back to the actual Healy app manual that's available in your back office, because there's a very long section on natural cycle in there. as well. And also we showed on that call, if you haven't read through the Power of 3 section that's in the Healy app manual too, last week we had an amazing presentation on the Power of 3 by Susan Proctor, and there's a ton of great information, details on all the individual programs and the reasoning and the basis for the Power of 3 in that app manual too. So if you haven't looked at it, people don't normally go back and look at the manuals over time, but it's worth checking out again to look at the information that's available on some of the newer app programs and modules that we've added. So, but yeah, that's it.
Awesome. All right. Thank you so much, Jake, for that. And again, we'll keep reviewing this information. And of course, we have our excellent customer support agents here and also available to help any of your members through this process if need be. But thanks. And again, I thank everybody on the team for being able to specify all the steps to follow and all the information for everybody to be ready to be in business by the 5th of July. So I'm gonna jump back onto our agenda, starting with our Healympics promotion. We still have till the end of the month for you to be able to earn your free or even discounted MagHealy and be one of the first ones to be the owner of this amazing new product. If you didn't catch our last week's call, the recording is posted, and we speak about when we did a MagHealy demo with Doc Steve. We shared screen on the application, went through some of the programs, so make sure you go over that, but it's definitely just a preview, many more details to come. The program guide is being worked on right now, and this product will launch for the price of 2,800 euros as soon as we can, hopefully end of July or by August. Now, again, make sure that you take advantage of this MagHealy promotion. If you weren't able to in the month of May, you still have time now in June to be able to not only be one of the first ones to have the product in hand, but also a discount. So in May, you were able to accumulate the same points values that you see on the screen with option 1, which is your personal QV, and option 2, which is your first and second level QV. So for 12.5%, 2,000 points, or with the option 2, 4,000 points. Same for 25%, you can earn it with option 1 with 3,000 points, and or option 2 with 6,000 points, and the 50% with 5,000 points or 10,000 points. Now, again, this is cumulative. So whatever you were able to achieve, whether it was bronze, silver, or gold in the month of May, you can double that in June with the same qualification. So I hope all of you are taking advantage of this. And again, is the mix and match. If you were able to achieve, let's say, bronze, silver, or gold in the month of May, you can either duplicate the same. So let's say bronze and bronze, that will earn you, instead of 12.5%, it adds up to 25%. Let's say silver and silver, 25% adds up to 50%, and gold, if you achieve gold both months, then you get your MagHealy for free, 100% discount. And some of you already achieved that. So congratulations to all of you who already achieved either one of these levels. So in the month of May, again, I'll just share quickly, those of you who were able to achieve, whether it was bronze, congratulations. Let's give a round of applause here to all of our peers that were able to achieve the bronze qualifications by in the month of May. We also had many of you achieving 25%. And I know, again, I've seen that many of you have already duplicated that in the month of June and have been able to double up your earnings. So congratulations to all of you. I am so proud and so excited. Can't wait for all of us to have this wonderful device in our hands and be able to continue impacting other people's lives in this new technology, right? So then, Again, we have some updates in the month of June, but I didn't have the chance to get the data on time, but I will post it out there right after this call. I'll post it on Facebook, etc. So you can see, those of you, these are those members that by last week had already achieved the 12.5% of bronze in the month of June. Those who earned the 25% as of last week in June. So I know this is probably the beginning. If you already achieved 25%, go hard for the 50% in this month. So again, congratulations to all of you, and I'll post these recognitions on our Facebook group. So with that said, not only we have our Healympics promotion, which is the MagHealy promotion, we also have the first class offer. So as you know, the entire month of June, you were able to upgrade your Healy Resonance Edition to a Healy Professional for 900 euros. And this is for those of you that already had a Resonance Edition. But if you're a new joiner or a new purchase, right, you can purchase the Professional Edition for 50% discount, including a Healy coil on top of that. So again, 50% discount on a Professional Edition, including the coil. Or if you already had a Healy Resonance Edition, you're able to upgrade for only 900 euros. But it gets even better than that, because we threw in 2 other promotions this month, including the fresh offer to get 50% off on your Healy Resonance Plus as well. So not only you can purchase the Professional at 50%, including the coil, you can also buy a Healy Resonance Plus at half price for the remainder of this month. So make sure that you take advantage of this. And why you take advantage of this personally or bringing other new customers or members, when you enroll 3 new members in the remainder of this month, or customers, again, they have to be new members. Let's say 1 member purchased 3 Healy devices. That only counts as 1. So 3 individual new members or customers, you yourself as a Healy member have the opportunity to earn a 500 euro cash bonus. And this is unlimited. So as many 3 that you enroll, whether members or customers, you have the opportunity to earn 400 euros in cash bonuses. So I know this is something all of you have been asking for. Please, 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 we want cash bonuses. Where? Here it is. We listen and we deliver. So hope you take advantage of it so we can bring this offer more often. With that said, again, know that all of this information is available in your back office. There's even a flyer that includes all of our offers at the moment of the month, all the promotions and incentive, and all the terms and conditions are there together. So make sure you follow all the terms and conditions for the Healympics, the Solar Smoothie, as well as the Rock and Enroll and your first class promotion as well. So with that, I know I just dumped a ton of information on you, and I thought it would take me longer too, but I don't know if we have any questions before I hand it over to Colette Schnabel, our US board member, that is going to speak about the Aura module.
I think we're good, Adriana.
Good. Yes. Awesome. All right, Colette, how are you?
Hi, everyone. I'm so good. Thank you, Adriana, for inviting me to come on and speak today. And it's so nice to see so many Healy World members on the call today. 115 we have today. It's really nice.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, of course, for taking the time to join us today. I've had the opportunity to work with you for the past year and witnessing how amazing you do when you do your aura scans and you speak to people about this module. You, as well as your entire team, really, you truly focus on this a lot. So thank you for coming on here and sharing some information with our group.
Yes,
and you're able to share whatever you want.
Perfect. Great. Thank you so much. Yes, I love to teach these trainings. I love to utilize the aura scan so much. Prior to Healy, I knew nothing of chakras or energy work, and what an aura was, I would think I shouldn't know about these things of the way I was raised. And so when I said yes to Healy, I took a deep dive and I started educating myself in all of the ways of how to utilize Healy, and how to understand it and explain it to people on a very easy way. So I've put together some slides and I would love to share them with you all. But before I jump on, I just would love to know, like, with all these people we have joining, do you utilize the aura scan? If someone were to ask you what an aura is, could you explain that in an easy way? So I'm going to go ahead and start sharing, and you guys can just pop in the chat what it is, if that applies to you. Actually, Adrian, oh, here, never mind, just kidding. Okay. Can everybody see my screen now?
Yep.
Yes, we can.
Let me just start the presentation.
And let us know, guys, that those were really good questions that Colette just asked. Share here on the chat, because that gives us an idea also of the information that we can provide to you during this session.
Thank you, Adriana. So what is an aura? You know, so this is, I wanted to just share an easy way of how we can explain this to other people. So the human aura is made up of electromagnetic particles that radiate from the body. It holds all the positive and negative information from our past, our present, and our near future. It's our life force energy. And from this energy, the Healy's quantum sensor can pick up on everything about us, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, because our auras reflect our ever-changing moods, as well as our physical, emotional, and spiritual health. The aura and their layers. There are 7 different layers within our aura. And as I go further on through the presentation, you'll see as we do our scans, you'll see some of these things pop up as we do your scans. So the etheric layer is governing the physical sensations. The emotional layer is governing your personal feelings. The mental layer governing our thought patterns. The astral layer governing our unconditional emotions. It's a bridge between physical and spiritual layers. The spiritual layer, which governs our ethic template and our higher will, the celestial layer, which governs our emotional template and our higher feelings, and the casual layer connecting our spiritual path and our universal energy. And our auras are relating to our chakras. So if you have done an aura scan before, you know that when you do it first, you see the beautiful picture, and then it will show you the ratings of all of your chakras, where they are from 100 to 0. So the word chakra, it means a wheel in Sanskrit. Chakras are spinning energy vortices, which are funnel shaped, with the wider spinning and interacting with the auric field, while the stem is embedded in our spine. So, you know, our chakras are all in line and they're deep here, but they're shooting out both in the front and the back of us to create our aura. The 7 major chakras run down the center of the body, roughly aligning with the spine, and they interconnect with all the 7 levels of our aura, operating in both the etheric and the astral fields. They are associated with different color, and they interact with the aura, influencing its colors. So as you do your aura scan, it will actually tell you what color your chakra is actually shining in at that moment, and what it actually should be shining at for that chakra. If your chakras are balanced and functioning efficiently, we are happy and healthy, and our auras are bright. If they are not, we feel dull, fatigued, lethargic, frustrated, depressed, angry, and so on, and our auras will reflect this. So when us as Healy users, we should really understand and utilize the aura scan, because not only, and I know for me, for example, I get my energy blocks me a lot. My limiting beliefs, you know, not feeling like I have the power or the knowledge to really go through there. These are all things that have come through. And by using the aura and vibrating the frequencies of what I need, it's really helped me expand my mind, expand my belief in myself, and also help move and transition through relationships, through my family. So I really believe that sharing and using this can help you move forward in your business as well. And then this is also just, it's such an in-depth thing that when you can do this to make people so excited about what Healy is and all of its functionalities. You know, it's great, the physical feeling of that microcurrent. We know that physicalness, but when you can explain the aura and how it can help people move forward in their lives and work past like generational traumas, you know, things from the Holocaust or things from the Native American passed down, all these things that are passed down from us are held within ourselves. And Ken spoke about this plenty of times for us. So when you do an aura analysis, this is really quick and simple. If you already have your client saved in your Healy app, this is if they're already there. So first of all, I'm going to break down what it looks like on your first little page here. So first, you're going to select an aura analysis. You will create your client. You will record the aura, and then you're going to click the history to access previous aura scans. So if you want to go through and see your previous auras, you can do that through your lists. And I think all of us know how to do that. You can download the first report by clicking the cloud right here. So this is number 4. You can click the cloud at the top right corner, and this will generate a PDF so you can email or share. So I always suggest, especially if you're in a function or an event, to always make sure you email this to the client that you're scanning. And then if you have a breakdown of how to interpret the aura scan, that's always a great thing to send as well. So they have this for their reference to be like, oh, wow, this was so cool. Look at all this information it provided. Number 5, right here, it's these 3 bars. You can click on the bar chart icon next to the cloud, and it will display the bar chart of all of our chakras. The 3 lowest chakras are automatically selected or ticked. And number 6, this is a little X here in the corner. Select the interpretation to receive an overview and report of the 3 lowest and highest chakras and their interpretation. This has a great information sharing, more information at the present state of the chakra, affirmations, and much more. If you are not familiar with chakras at all, this is so much great information for you to really start diving in and understanding. This is generic. This isn't to do with your own personal information. So like if you are 96 at your crown chakra and someone else has that, the same information will be shown in the interpretation. Number 7, I don't see my number 7 on here, but number 7, you could tap on the X here, and you can close the report down. And then you can start the analysis with the pink button down here for number 8. And then as you go through, this is how you can break down the aura scan. So the first part here, the 87%, just like when we do our resonance scans, the higher the percentage, the lower we want to bring it down, right? So the relevancy is the active importance or need to focus on the issue. A negative relevancy means that while the issue is present, it is not activated, and therefore no immediate action is required. That next number down here, the 4, the intensity. This is between a 1 and a 10. Intensity relates to how much the issue is affecting the client. 10 indicates that there is a powerful influence that requires a lot of correction. A 1 indicates that the client has already achieved a high degree of clearance in this issue, and there is only a trace amount left to deal with. So that I really like to point those 2 out a lot when you're doing the aura scans for people. That's just a real easy one for them to remember. When we get down to this next part, the dosage, this can get to be a lot for some people. So if you're just getting started, you can also remove these in the settings. You can remove what's showing here so you don't get distracted or get too confusing for people. But this is the dosage, and the dosage relates to the homeopathic potency and the dosage of the treatment of the issue. If you see a D values relates more to physical issues that are manifesting. C relates more to the emotional, mental issues. And LM relates more to a mental, spiritual issues based on the erroneous belief system. I feel like I skipped. Oh no, I did it. Okay, sorry. And then so this is the list of the potencies. So I hope that everyone has seen this chart before. And if you don't, make sure that you can get that from your upline. I'm sure that everyone has this now. So this is the great chart to go off of when you're sharing it and doing an aura scan demo for somebody. So you'll see that some of it comes from karmic, issues, family or the parents, family from grandparents, ancestral. Things are coming from incoherence in actions, incoherence in our thought patterns, or a lack of trust in our life, incoherence in our life theme. The LM, like I said before, is our mental and spiritual based on the erroneous belief systems. And C is the emotional charge not expressed. D is the physical, it's well anchored and repressed for a long time. And then we understood about how things are easier to address if it's between a 1 and through 1 and 10, and a 10, a substantial work has to be done. So making that a priority. I wasn't going to go in and do a live demo on myself because I do feel that an aura is personal and private. But I hope that that was a good explanation to get people excited and how they do their aura scans for people. I'm just going to read through the chat.
Would you be willing to do one on somebody that's a member here that's interested in having one done so you can actually demo an actual scan to the group?
Hey,
I
would suggest we get that chart, Colette, the potency chart. I have never seen that before, to be honest with you. So I would really like to have that. I know everybody was asking about it in the room.
Okay, of course. Yes, I will make sure I'll send it to our board members and we can all share it to our teams.
I'm pretty sure I've seen that on the back office, guys. That is available there on the download.
Yes, it is. It is.
Yes. So it's the potencies chart, and I'm so happy you shared it too, Colette, because also last week we had Lori, or the week before, right? Lori also shared about the coach module, and those reading the coach module is exactly with those potencies as well. So this really helps for you as you become familiar to have this chart with you and doing the readings. And I know Colette, for example, you keep it on the table in some of the events where people actually can, because the chakras are so personal, like the aura scan gets very deep and personal. Not maybe you want to be there reading it for them. It could be better for them to have their privacy, read it, and then have the chart for them to analyze it at the same time. So I've seen some people that don't feel comfortable you reading what came out in the scan as well. So
I would like to just talk in real quick because people are asking me to do a scan. When you do these remote scans for people, it's always very, very important to make sure you yourself, if you're doing a remote scan, is to be centered and to make yourself clear and grounded, and also making sure the other person on the other side is to be grounded. I have personally experienced this before when I have not been in the right place, and the Healy's actually picking up and reading me instead of reading the other person, and that person then gets to end up knowing some of my personal information. I don't know how, I don't want to scan remotely today. If you guys can understand that, thank you so much.
yes.
But I wanted to say, I had texted, and Adriana asked me to speak yesterday. She texted me at 4, and at about 10 o'clock yesterday, I went to Barnes & Noble with my kids, and the universe works in such a unique way that I picked up this great book about auras. And it was only $10, guys. And they had this whole beautiful section of all these different metaphysical things that we can use. And it was, I mean, such great information. And I can't wait to further and make my slides and my aura presentation so much more in depth and do a deeper training for everybody. Maybe something I could hold a section privately another time. But I thank you guys so much for letting me share that today.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you, Colette. So again, let's utilize this time. We have a few more minutes left. Actually, I thought we would be running over with all the information we had for you on today, but use this if you have any other questions. Somebody's asking for the name of the book you just showed them.
I'm typing it in the chat here.
Perfect. So if you have any other questions for Colette, type them on here. And if we can get any other information, but again, the chart is available in your back office on your downloads. Go on there right now before you forget, and make sure you download it and have it for your references. And I actually just received the latest of the recognition slides. So let me just share on here 1 second. Make sure this is it. Now, this is for the entire month of June until the 19th of this month. So this is all of our members who achieved the Healympics package, whether it was bronze, silver, or gold, in the month of June already. So huge congratulations to all of you who already achieved 12.5%. And this is just data as of June 19th. So this is probably on top of what you already achieved in June. So again, congratulations to all of you. If you see any peers on here, give them a shout out. If you see yourself on here, congratulations on your achievement. Also, these are all of our members who, as of the 19th, achieved the 25%. So we have few of you from Alba, Annette Abraham, David Pritchard, Demetra Penner, Diana Luscano, Erika Camacho, Hui Song, Katerina Harden, Karen Warner, Kristen Helm, Leighing Chen, Maria Teresa Hernandez, Megan Garman, and Vicky Dixon. Congratulations. So excited for all of you. And look at this, we're not even halfway through the month pretty much, and we have some that already achieved the 50% discount on their gold Healy. And I have to go ahead in there and look, and because I'm pretty sure some of you on this slide have 100% achieved because you did it in May and now doing it again in June. So congratulations, Annie Dolter, Fernanda Parra Chico, Frequency Family, Jessica Hesser, Jose Ruben Flores, and Maria Eugenia Subiria. So congratulations. I'm so excited. Again, thank you everybody for all the work that you're doing. I know a lot of information and a lot of promotions are ongoing right now. So thank you for being present on this calls, making sure that you receive the information and that you are delivering it in the most simple way to all of your members as well as your customers out there. So thank you. Ken, last week you shared a very nice quote with us. And I don't know if you want to repeat it today. I think it still applies very much. So let me go on here and look for it. Here we go. Oh, well, actually, before I ask you to wrap up, Ken, just remember all of our weekly meetings. We have our Tech Tip Tuesday with Jake. He's going to share the recording with all of you today. We have our What's Up Wednesday, our Healy for Beginners and Beyond every other week, as well as our Spanish meeting has moved to every other week on Thursdays at 7 p.m. And again, make sure you go into our YouTube page and you subscribe so you can see all of our recordings on there. And it's a great way, the way they're posted, because you can go to specific topics. So let's say on today's recording, if you want to just see Colette's segment to revisit and maybe take some notes, you can exactly see the topic, click on it, and go directly into Colette's topic, for example. So with that said, I think, let me know if we have any other questions.
I think everybody's been doing a really good job of keeping up on those questions in the background. That's awesome.
Awesome. Thank you. And thank you to our customer support team. I see many of them on here chatting too. Anthony, Aisha, Ruth, thank you for your support, and everybody that's in the background always helping. So with that, can I pass it on to you?
Thank you. I appreciate that, Adriana. And you know, as I always speak to folks about the mind and how it interfaces and interacts with the body. I love this quote that Nikola Tesla wrote. Now, this is 100 years ago, folks. This is a long time ago, still pertains to today. And he says, everyone should consider their body as a priceless gift from one whom he loves above all, a miraculous work of art of incredible beauty and mystery beyond human conception, and so delicate that a word, a breath, a look, nay, a thought may injure it. So mind your thoughts, everybody. Stay present, let go of the past, and build the future from right now. And it'll come through the way that you expect it to. So thanks a lot, you guys. Big love.
Thank you, everybody. Again, we are saving our chat on here so we can answer any additional questions. But thank you for that beautiful quote, Ken. Thank you, Colette, for joining us today. And thank you, Jake, for all that awesome Canada information. Have a great, wonderful day, everybody. See you next week, the same time at the same channel. Take care.